Welcome back, everyone, to the Chamber Radio Hour. You know, Scott, we were talking to Bob Porter about how after his long career in all things relative to lobbying in D.C. and here, you know, it's kind of his DNA. And for me, I'm a very similar story. I'm a career banker, 40 years banker, own my own business now and have in the past. Been involved in a lot of boards, a lot of nonprofit boards. I'm the chair of the homeless shelter, St. Francis and Portland Storm here in St. Johns County. Heck, I was even a parks commissioner back in Ohio for 12 years while I was being a banker. And so that's why I host this show as a proud chamber member. I much of what has happened to me since I moved to Florida 14 years ago has come through the chamber, right? You know, I spent some time with a firm in Ponte Vedra because of a chamber event. I got on the board of the homeless shelter because of a chamber event. And so I really encourage all of you listening that if you're working for a company and you're not the owner, but you're an employee of a company that is a chamber member, come to the events. And we're going to hear from Aaliyah here in a little bit about what's coming up in the future here. But my business that I have, Dwyer Advisory, is similar to what Bob said. If you're a small business and you're struggling with permitting and so forth, for me as a banker, I know the CPAs in town. I know the bankers in town. If you're struggling with having that right network around you, reach out to me, Ed at DwyerAdvisory.com. I can come in for free, review your business, sit down with you as a business owner, evaluate what's your circumstance, what are the struggles, how, you know, are you growing maybe too fast, or perhaps you're struggling with certain things. I've seen it all. Over 40 years, I've seen it all. And I can help you looking at your financial statements, understanding where you are, kind of where you need to go and who you need to add to your team. Maybe you need a certain CPA, a better banker, or whatever the case might be. That's what I'm here for. My phone number is 513-543-3288. Reach out to me, and I'd be happy to come out and visit. And so with Scott, how about just dovetailing all that about what else is coming up, because there are some opportunities for people to come visit the chamber.
There are, absolutely, and you're exactly right, Ed. I know we've always said a business owner needs three things, right? A banker, a CPA, and an attorney.
That's right.
Because all of those things tie in together, and I know you do a wonderful job working with businesses to help them bring all of that together. Ed also mentioned, just the involvement in the chamber and how you can really grow your business. And Aaliyah, I know coming up, we've got a chamber open house that is really geared toward prospective members so they can come in and learn more about what the chamber does and what the chamber offers.
Yeah, during Small Business Week, the chamber is throwing a Can't Miss open house on May 7th from 9 to 5 at our St. Augustine office. Whether you're a prospective member curious about what the chamber can do for your business or a current member ready to bring a friend, we've got something for everyone. Drop in anytime from 9 to 5 for light refreshments, sign-up incentives, and a chance to meet our entire team.
And the chamber office is located?
At 100 South Park Boulevard.
It's in the Ameris Bank building, so if you're coming down US 1, just past 312, the big white building with the blue awnings, you can't miss it. The chamber has the fourth floor there, and so definitely come in. And again, this is just coming in to learn what the chamber does and how the chamber can help you.
Yeah, you can meet the team, learn about our educational programs, our networking events, advertising opportunities, and all that we're willing to do to support you and your business. If you're already a member, please bring a prospective member. If they sign up, you both win. So swing by, get connected, learn how we can help your business grow.
And Ed, one of the things you mentioned is how you got connected and involved in other activities through chamber events. I think that's one of the areas that we always say you get as much out of the chamber as you put in the chamber. But in so many cases, that is the reality. If you're active in the chamber and you're involved, just the networking and connections you make are really life-changing in some cases.
No, that's right. It's very true.
Yeah, they always say it's not who you know, it's who knows you. And the chamber gives you that opportunity to put yourself out there.
Yeah. And Aaliyah, I know we've got potentially a legislative update breakfast coming up. As Bob mentioned, and we don't know what's going to happen with the legislature. If they extend the session, then this may change. But tell the audience a little bit about the legislative update breakfast.
The legislative session may be wrapping up in Tallahassee, but what does that mean for your business? The St. Johns County Chambers has the answers. You're invited to get the full scoop on what's the updated policies on a local and state level and what they mean for your business right here in St. Johns County.
And as you listen to Bob, you know those policies are literally changing every single day. So it's going to be interesting to see, once it's all said and done, where it lands. And I think more importantly, how does that affect you and your business? So we're going to be excited to bring in representatives, both local and state representatives, to talk about that and to really flesh out how that's going to affect day-to-day operations in St. Johns County. And Lee, I know we also have a BIZ, our business education programs coming up. Our next one, I believe, is focusing on bookkeeping and accounting. Tell us a little bit about the BIZ coming up.
Yeah, on May 22nd, from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m., we have bookkeeping with Dominic Cini and Cini and Associates. This fast-paced info track session is part of our business education series, which is created to give you the tools, strategies, and smarts for real sustainable growth. Whether you're running a startup or managing a team, Dominic's expert insights will help you get the control of your finances and maybe enjoy it a little too.
Well, and I'll tell you what, I know Dominic and his brother Mike well, and when you talk about good CPAs in town, they're it. And Dominic has really carved his own path where he's really doing a lot of outsourced CFO for companies that maybe don't need a full-time controller. CPA firms too expensive to do it, and so this is one that you really need to show up because Dominic has seen it all too, and he's really good. So come to that event if you want to learn more about how the in and outs of your internal accounting.
And that goes right back to what we said earlier. You need that accountant,
yes.
CPA, because one of the things that I know, Ed, you've seen in counseling businesses is you really have to know your numbers.
You have to know your numbers.
You really have to know where you're coming from.
It's scary how few business owners do, to be honest with you. I have a running joke with a good friend of mine. I won't say his name. It's like, what are you looking at? What are you asking me? And I go, I'm asking you questions about your balance sheet. And he goes, what's a balance sheet? I just look at my income statement. And so there's a lot to learn. And QuickBooks and whatnot is a really good tool. But numbers are only numbers unless you know how to interpret them. So that sounds like a great event.
And absolutely. And one area that we try to help our young entrepreneurs in St. Johns County is our Pitch Factory,
yes.
Which really trains individuals and helps them not only learn how to start a business, but also scale up that business. And Pitch Factory this year is going to start on June 3rd. And to let everyone know what that is this Pitch Factory is our entrepreneurship program. It meets every Tuesday night for 6 weeks, 5 weeks of classes, and then on the last meeting, you have an opportunity to sit in front of a group of professionals and pitch your business for cash prizes. But the idea behind Pitch Factory is to really help you understand how to grow or scale up your business. We partner with the Women's Business Center. They provide the education part of that. We bring in guest speakers like Ed Dwyer to provide that expertise, and we talk to you about really how to grow your business and all of the aspects that come with that. If you listened to the Chamber show last month, Kim Jones, who was one of our winners from a previous Pitch Factory, learned in that moment that she could take her business from what was an online business where she had just created a website and was selling her products to putting her products into stores and letting other people sell those for her. So now instead of just having one website, she has product in over 120 stores. And that was just a revelation she had going through the process, going through Pitch Factory, and has really helped her succeed and grow her business.
Yeah, that's right. Pitch Factory really is a great opportunity, everybody. It's free, and you have the opportunity to make money.
It's free, right?
So it's a winner all around. Yep. And yes, Kim was amazing. Listen to her on our last show. She did a great job of talking about the value of Pitch Factory.
Yep. Jacksonville Digital Marketing is the sponsor for Pitch Factory this year, and that's why it's free. They are providing the resources for that. And the Women's Business Center So if you're interested in signing up for Pitch Factory, you can go to the Chamber website, sjcchamber.com. On the main page, there is a link to Pitch Factory sign up. There's more details about the Pitch Factory there, and it'll take you straight where you can sign up. We look forward to that.
That's right. Wonderful. That was Scott Maynard with the Chamber along with Leah Meyer. And we will see you all again 1 month from now on June 7th. Have a great Saturday.